The number one strength of our department is the quality of the intellectual community that we have here. Our faculty members are at the top of their class and are incredibly supportive of graduate level work. I have lots of opportunities to interact with senior faculty members. They provide me with feedback and practical as well as intellectual advice. They're interested in the work that I'm doing, and they make time in order to help me develop as a scholar. I'm a historian of technology, and I work on the history of computing. I like to think of history of science as kind of the place between the kind of metal of the computing world and the messy world of software and the social environment. History of science is in the middle position, where you see that politics, ethics, morality, ways of knowing which are situated in particular cultural and social contexts are embodied in material artifacts, technologies. The department is an intellectually flexible space in which you have a set of wonderful and supportive faculty members, great graduate student colleagues who are excited about your work. And I think it's the openness of the department and the ability to honestly discuss what truly interests you that gives you the opportunity to explore things that you may not have considered when you got here. So for me, I'm very grateful for the flexibility that the department provided me with and the support that they offered me throughout. When I was applying to graduate school, I wasn't sure of the kind of department that I was looking for. I knew the kind of intellectual problems that I wanted to solve and the kinds of materials and methods that I wanted to use in solving them. As a historian of technology, I knew that in applying to a graduate program, I wanted to be somewhere where I could interact with material artifacts. The department has a robust collection of historic scientific instruments, and as a student, I'm now able to be involved in curatorial activities surrounding the museum. We have an exhibit coming up on the history of radio that I'm involved in as a student curator, and there's a number of my colleagues who have also been involved in similar projects. As a historian of technology, part of what inspires me to do my work is a sense that there's a broad public interest in the relationship between society, politics, and the technologies that we use that embody our values, that seem to be driving history in a way. One thing I really appreciate about the way that the graduate program is organized in the PhD program is that you start with 2 years of coursework in which what's really asked of you is to develop your skills as a historian. It's only at the end of those 2 years that you really start to zero in on your particular area of focus through the preparation for the general exam. And that means that in the first 2 years, you can really devote a lot of time to producing quality writing and then workshopping it with your peers in the kind of low-stress environments of the working group, of which we have a very robust culture at Harvard. In the first 2 years, I would say through the emphasis on coursework, I was able to develop small research projects that could serve me later as articles, but that more importantly taught me the kind of craft of how to be a historian. I was not a historian before I came to the department, but I feel that I identify very strongly with a certain kind of historical method that was infused not really through any kind of explicit training, but through the sort of atmosphere of the seminar and also the modeling that we see from our faculty peers.